G'day guys, I have a physics question that's been provided to me by a viewer today. So just remember, if you guys have any questions that you would like me to solve or have a go at solving, don't hesitate to leave it in the comments section below. And also be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, it really does help me out. So let's get to it. So what have we got here? We've got a window washer with a mass of 65 kilos is on a 5 meter long, 15 kilogram scaffold supported by 2 ropes attached to it. The angle between the scaffold and the rope is 75 degrees. So this angle here is 75 degrees. Calculate the tension in each rope in the above situation given that the scaffold is in equilibrium. So, first of all, what we need to do is, what is this equilibrium thing? So what we've got is static equilibrium, or equilibrium occurs when an object is at rest, or this guy is just standing on this scaffold and it's not moving and nothing is happening. So basically what that means is total torque, or the total sum of all the torques in each direction, x and y, is equal to 0, i.e. they cancel each other out. So the torque that is created by the person standing on this scaffold going down is equal to the torque provided by the tension in the rope going up. So what we're going to do is, whenever we say this scaffold is in equilibrium, what I usually do in any question like this is, if we're in a test, would say, as the system is in equilibrium, is that the sum of the forces in the x is equal to 0, and the sum of the forces in the y direction is also equal to 0. So guys, if the sum of the torques, or the sum of the forces, is 0, it doesn't matter which axis we consider the rotation to be around. We are free to choose the one which makes our calculations the easiest. So what I mean by that, guys, is we could theoretically take our point of rotation, or the point which we want to pivot about, anywhere along this particular scaffold. However, there are some points which make our calculations easier than others. So what I'm going to do, guys, and what I think is a sort of a good rule of thumb in these sort of questions in exams, is take the pivot about one of the wires. So I'm going to pivot about this point here. And what I'm going to have is, when considering the torques, I'm going to have the mass of the window washer as well as the mass of the scaffold going in the clockwise direction. And in the anti-clockwise direction, I'm going to have the torque provided by the tension in this wire. Okay, so if we're going to draw a sort of a force diagram, so to speak, we've got the force created by the center of mass of the window washer, straight down, which is here. And we have the force created by the mass of the scaffold, which will be through its center of mass, which is going to be here. So those are our two clockwise forces. So if we want to write those down, we could go the sum of the torques clockwise is going to be equal to, we've got the mass of the window washer, which is 65, times 9.8, so that's the force, times the distance. So he is 0.8 meters from our pivot point. And to that, I'm going to add the mass of the scaffold, which is 15 kilos, times 9.8, times the distance that is. Now, the whole scaffold is 5 meters across, which would make that 2.5 meters to here. But our pivot point is 1 meter in, so it's going to be 1.5. And from there, what we can say is that the sum of the torques clockwise is going to be equal to 730.1 Newton meters. Cool. So from here, guys, what we can say is, because the sum of the torques clockwise have to be equal to the sum of the torques counterclockwise, so we can say that the sum of the torques clockwise have to be equal to the sum of the torques counterclockwise or anti-clockwise. The anti-clockwise torques have to be equal to 730.1 Newton meters. Cool. And in this diagram, guys, you can see that the only thing that's going to be providing the counterclockwise or anti-clockwise rotation from this pivot point here is this wire. So what we're going to do is we're going to work out what torque is going to have to be provided through the blue, and then we're going to have to figure out the component of that which is in this plane here. So let's get to it. We know that the tension, or let's just call this the force perpendicular, we know that 730.1 has to be equal to the force perpendicular times the distance. And the distance of this to there is going to be 3 meters. So we can say that the force perpendicular is equal to 730.1 divided by 3, which is equal to 243.367 newtons. Cool. So that's the force that's going to be going through this arrow here. So what we have to do is we have to find what force would have to be going through the rope or the wire, T2, that would give a component of this in the vertical direction. So what we're going to do is we know that this angle here is 75 degrees. So we can also say that this angle here is going to be 15 degrees. So this is the adjacent side, this is the hypotenuse, we're going to use cosine. So we know that cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So to work out the hypotenuse, we're going to divide 243 by the cosine of 15. So we can say that T2 is going to be equal to 243.367 divided by the cosine of 15. We could have also said the sine of 75, it would be the same answer. And that, guys, is equal to 251.95 newtons. Now, in the course in Western Australia where I live, you would have to present this answer in 3 significant figures. So you would then write that T2 is equal to, or approximately, 252 newtons. Okay, so now we've got T2. T1 comes a lot easier, guys, because what I like to do here is we know that the components in the vertical direction of the tensions in both of these ropes have to be equal to the component of the window washer's weight and the weight of the scaffold going down. So these provide an upwards force and to counteract the downwards force which is provided by the weight of both the window washer and the scaffold at which he sits on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up an equation which basically is going to equate the 2 tensions in the rope going up with the 2 weights going down. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to say that the tension T1 times the cosine of 15 plus T2 times the cosine of 15, which is the 2 components of the tension in both of the ropes in the vertical direction. So we've got that one there and that one there. They have to be equal to the force provided by the mass of the window washer, which is going to be 65 kilograms times 9.8, plus 15 kilogram scaffold, also times 9.8. Cool. So what we know is we can enter in the stuff that we do know. We do know T2, and we can work this piece of maths out quite easily. So we're going to have T1 times the cosine of 15 plus T2, which is 252, times the cosine of 15 is equal to, now this multiplied together and then added together is 784. And so what I can do is I can subtract that, because that turns out to be 243.37. So I can subtract that from this. So I can say that T1 is going to be equal to 784 subtract 243.37 divided by the cosine of 15. And that, my friends, is equal to 559.71 newtons, which, because we have to use three significant figures in these exams, we say that T1 is equal to 560 newtons. Cool. So let's just quickly go through what we did in this question. First of all, we recognize that the scaffold is in static equilibrium because it says so in the question. And we write down the conditions of static equilibrium. In most exams, if you just write down the conditions of static equilibrium, this question is worth about 5 marks. You'd get at least 1 for just writing that piece down there, that the sum of the forces in the x and the y are equal to 0. So from there, guys, what I did is I found my pivot point, which I could have taken from any point across the scaffold, but I chose to take it from the place where the first y intersects with the scaffold because it would make my calculations easier. And I identified that because this system is in static equilibrium, i.e. the window washer isn't falling to the ground, that the sum of the torques in the clockwise direction would have to equal the sum of the torques in the anti-clockwise direction. So what I did is I found the sum of the torques which were created by the mass of the window washer plus the mass of the scaffold, which gave me the clockwise rotation, which was equal to 730.1. And then I basically equated that to the force which was going to have to be perpendicular at this point here, which was going to provide me with my anti-clockwise torque. So from here, guys, what I was able to do is then once I calculated the force perpendicular, I was able to calculate the tension component in the hypotenuse of this vector triangle here. From there, guys, what I then sort of identified is that this scaffold is not falling out of the sky. The guy is being held up there by the tension in both ropes. So the force that is created by his mass and the mass of the scaffold, there must be an equal and opposite force created by the tensions in the two ropes in the vertical direction. So I had the vertical component of this tension. All I had to do was find the vertical component of this tension and then make sure that I converted it back into its component in the hypotenuse of this force triangle here. So I hope this video helped, guys. If it did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos all the time. But as with anything, guys, these particular questions take practice. They take exposure to sort of weird ones which have wires that don't go straight up and down. But, you know, with practice, anything can be learned, guys. So keep banging your head against the wall. Eventually the wall will fall down. And until next time, guys, keep enjoying your physics. I'll see you back at my channel sometime soon.